I've seen a lot of the first day on school photos in some of the school districts across North Dakota. Tomorrow, you're going to be seeing that over in West Fargo. And of course, when it comes to West Fargo Public Schools, I wanted to visit with the superintendent, Beth Slette, because, well, it's been a fast growing school district, and I want to get people prepared for that. Superintendent Slette, welcome back to Afternoons Live. How are you?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. We've been talking about summer's winding down. Well, it's going to be officially behind us in West Fargo Public Schools tomorrow. I know that there's an eagerness for some of those parents saying, okay, back to a schedule. I can't wait. Preparation has been underway over in the school district and the buildings for a while now, and I know today being those final touches before those students come back tomorrow.
That is absolutely true. Over the course of the summer, our district has been very busy. I think we had more than 14 different projects that were happening, from finishing touches to working on parking lots, additions, renovations. And so we are there and we are ready. Some really exciting things happening.
There is, when it comes to the growth of your school district, it's been fascinating to watch. I'm sure the challenges that come along with that rapid growth at times have been, challenging. I'm curious, because of the growth, what are some of the challenges that you're facing going into this school year before we talk about some of the positives of what we're looking forward to here?
Well, it's interesting. West Fargo Public Schools is celebrating their 150th birthday of being a district, and that's fascinating to me because in 1876, 150 years ago, North Dakota was not even a state, and we were a district. And the growth of our district over the years in my tenure of West Fargo has just been outstanding. One of the things that I do each year is I go to each staff at every building and welcome them back personally. And over the course of 3 days it takes me, we had some conversations about that. And from 2012 to 2021, we opened a brand new school every year except 1 year.
Wow.
And we also opened one in 2023. So 2016, we took a year off. But when we started going down the list of schools, it's fascinating. And that growth is challenging, but it's also very exciting. And I think that our district is prepared for what's to come in this upcoming year.
What I have always appreciated, I've for now, I'd say about 15 years, been a resident of the West Fargo Public School District. And anytime it seems that, hey, look, we need you to support us as a school district for growth. And it seems like better than most school districts, the West Fargo Public School District residents have said, yes, we understand it, we see it, and we encourage it. And getting that community buy-in, I think, goes a long way in fulfilling what you're able to do as a superintendent over in West Fargo.
I think that we have a strong administrative team, but I would really like to highlight our school board. We have 7 very strong, consistent school board members who are in it for the right reason, and that is for the learners and educators and community. And their consistency and their thoughtfulness as they approach these challenges and celebrations, I feel it's very unique. Mm-hmm. I really cannot say enough about our school board.
Well, and some of the issues that last year wouldn't have been a topic of conversation, but it's changed rapidly over the course of the summer. Just looking at some of the policies when it comes to e-bikes and scooters, you're seeing them everywhere, and unexpectedly seeing them in the volume we are. To have a school board come and say, "Hey, look, this is what we should do to make sure everybody's safe," about the prohibition of utilizing it as the electronic means on school property. And some of those schools just makes perfect sense. So to have a school board be able to address that up front, I think is very wise.
And I do too. I would say in the last 6 months, you're seeing what I'm seeing. We're driving down the road and you can see some of these e-bikes, children and adults going as fast as cars. And you pull up to a stop sign and one just whizzes right in front of you. So we want to take caution with that. But we also know that for like a middle schooler, families were planning on that as a means for them to get to and from school. So we want to meet them partway. We please encourage families to have their children wear helmets. Adults should wear helmets. Everybody who is using some type of electric transportation, whether it's that scooter or that bike. And then when they get to the school ground, just get off and walk it up because parents are coming in. Those drop-off zones are so busy. And so if we could just slow that down so that we ensure everyone is safe, that is what I think needs to happen. It would be devastating to have a learner or adult who is coming to school to be seriously injured.
When it comes to technology, you're right. I mean, it's been like the last 6 months. I was noting how many trikes, the electric tricycles I've seen in my campground, and those aren't the kids riding them. I'm glad you brought up even the adults. And the rules of the road seem to disappear sometimes when we have some of those toys. But I'm glad you reminded, hey, wear the helmet and just be cautious out there. We've been a year now into the cell phone ban, and I have heard no complaints, which is surprising to me. I'm curious, as a superintendent, have you had much struggle with that adaptation? Because I thought this is going to be, oh man, people are going to be upset, and it just hasn't panned out that way from where I sit.
That's a great question, and I truly believe the cell phone ban was needed, and I think it has gone very well. Some of our high school administrators have had to deal with some instances of violations of that. I would think everybody, even the learners, are adjusted and more engaged with each other for lunch periods and, even in between classes. I think the phones are made to be addictive, and they're really hard to put down. But once there's a law about it, a rule, and everybody knows everybody has to follow it, it's just not my parents or, this group. All of us have to follow it. It makes it so much easier to just comply. And then they can engage with each other and be educated in a social setting. So I think it's gone well.
Oh,
I think
wow.
It's gone really well.
Yeah, and there's some places of business I'm sure want to adopt that for their meetings as well, because of the distractions that can come along. I'm curious. Our guest right now is Superintendent of West Fargo Public Schools, Beth Slette. When it comes back to that growth, not only does it come to the building challenges. I'm curious about staffing challenges, to be able to hire the amount of staff, not just the teachers in the classrooms. I'm thinking about the paras, the school bus drivers, the list goes on. Has there been a challenge to try to fill the positions that might be available coming into the school year?
Absolutely. There are some challenges, and you'll hear about them in the state and in the nation. We especially have a little bit more difficult time with some of our more specialized positions, those special education positions, and yes, some of the classified positions. But I think it is very interesting to note that in West Fargo since 2022, when our turnover rate was over 13%, this past year it was just over 7%. Our turnover has improved each year. And when I talk to the staff, I tell them I would really like to say the improved turnover rate. We still have people that leave the district. We have 1,200 teachers and another, 1,500 classified staff. They move on, they find other jobs, they get married, they move towards their parents, whatever it might be. But overall, our turnover is really improving, and that is because of the building culture and the teachers supporting one another and their desire to educate children and to make a difference. So I'm very optimistic because I think we have great staff, and they are the reason why people want to come to West Fargo and stay there. It's them in those buildings.
When it comes to, if somebody's looking to maybe get into the field, is it just West Fargo Public Schools website where they can go? I'm thinking about some of those openings that people listening right now saying, okay, my summer break's over, and I've always been curious. Is that the proper way for them to maybe go look to see what's available?
Absolutely. Our West Fargo website has, I think it's on the far right, there's a link for employment. There's so many opportunities. If someone wants to just dip their toe in the water and, be a substitute help in the kitchen, or they want to be a substitute help as a para educator, they can try that and say, hey, is this for me? There's positions that are available there, but there is more than what you might think that a person can do for West Fargo schools, from helping in food service to bring food from the central kitchen to the different schools, to some of the deliveries that have to happen. We have jobs in the custodial field that are day and evening positions, and they're very rewarding. I find that people who come and do that work and just seeing others, youth, coming together for a common purpose, it's good work. And so I encourage, if you're nervous about it, just take a look and give us a try.
Final question I have for you, I promise. You got a lot of West Fargo public school parents listening right now. It's the day before school gets underway tomorrow. What's your message to them before I let you go?
I want to thank them for all they are doing for the district and for their children. And let's get those kids to bed tonight so they're refreshed and ready to go. We're here to support your children. And if you have questions, please reach out to your teacher. We want you to feel comfortable walking into your school, having conversations with the staff that is there, and we want to have a great year with your children. The people who are in front of those classrooms are the people who love to be around students, and they are in it for the right reasons. And so we just look forward to all of them coming back. It's the energy this year, I feel, is better than I've ever felt it, and the optimism is just outstanding. So looking forward to a great year.
Very good. Wise advice. Get the routine underway. Yes, please.
And you know what
sleep.
I'm telling teachers? Go to bed tonight.
Yes, yeah.
Teachers too.
Superintendent,
take your rest.
It's always a pleasure. I'm looking forward to having these conversations again in the near future. You take care until then, all right?
All right. Thanks, Tyler. Have a good day.
Yeah, you as well. That's Superintendent of West Fargo Public Schools, Beth Slette. Get to bed. I like that advice. Something I should probably heed a little bit more often myself. Get you caught up in some of these messages. I'll come back to yours awaiting me at the Adventure RV Text Club when we return here on Afternoons Live.